Hi, welcome to Test Roll. I'm Martin.
I'm Lars.
And we're here today to show you kind of one of the lower end cameras, but it's actually looks like a bit of fun.
This is an ARGUS 75 TLR. It's a Twin Lens Reflex. My father had these. I don't know that he ever used them, but you know, my father liked a good bargain, and you've got a version there, and I believe that one has a price of $2.02 on it.
Oh yeah, there's some big old chips out of it and like a hole in it. But yeah, two bucks here.
I'm guessing he picked these up at a yard sale somewhere.
Or just in the yard.
Yeah. I don't know a whole lot about them except that you look through the viewfinder and this is like the brightest, most pretty looking viewfinder. It's like everything has a sense of dimensionality, and of any camera I've used, it has probably the most fun viewfinder. Yeah. I don't know why that's such a point for me.
It's a chunk of bakelite, and this was from the Argus company, and Argus was the camera company that like decided bakelite was the way to make your cameras, not metal and all this precision stuff. It's also super simple, because it looks like you get a choice of your shutter speed, inst, which is instantaneous.
I knew a guy named Inst.
And then you just take the little pointer and you could move it down to time. And you got no shutter release.
No.
It's just this button.
Yeah.
Or you can hit instantaneous, and let's see what that is. Let's see if we can use our ears to tell us what shutter speed that is, because that's always accurate. I'm going to guess that's like about a 50th or a 60th. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean,
the exposure you get is whatever this lens's natural f-stop is.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is. In this case, it's 620 film. It's not even 120.
Oh, yeah.
Which is
interesting.
A bit of an issue in that, you know, it's the same film as 120. It's just you have to respool it because the the whole Kodak attempting to monopolize, get you to buy their film.
AGFO was muscling in on their territory, and hey, let's come up with a more compact spool. And we'll use the same film, but we'll just have a narrower spindle, so it's more tightly wound, and it was a sort of a space saver thing. And more importantly, other manufacturers' film would not fit in the Kodak camera, and that mostly backfired. By probably the 1980s or 90s, Kodak stopped making 620. I don't know how many other manufacturers actually made 620.
What I've done in the past with 120 rolls is I'll take a big set of toenail clippers and just chew off the edges of that 120.
Oh, here's
spool.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one that I chewed off.
Oh, yeah, there's... that's lovely. Oh, yeah, that's a precise beauty job there.
You can do it, but it's not great. If we were in the UK, this would be called a cheap and cheerful camera. And,
cheap and cheerful.
Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah.
Instead of cheap and nasty.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to try some film on this, and we'll find out how close is too close. Well, shall we go out and film some stuff?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right, here we go. Okay, so right here we're going to be doing the Argus 75. This is the beat up version. See, it costs $2 at a yard sale. It's got this nice light tight augmentation there. I'm going to be loading this roll of Kodak Gold 200. It is 620 film. It expired in June of 1993. Here's the preamble, drumroll please. Kodak Gold 201. Those are 2 ones. So we are ready to take pictures. That was probably a stupid thing to do.
I think I'm going to go with the Ilford to begin with. This is a T4, and you'll notice here sorry, 620 spool, which basically what I did was I wound it onto a second 120 spool, and then I wound it back onto the 620 spool.
All right, well, since we've got a 1950s camera, we're looking for 1950s things to shoot. Not many of those things are left anymore. One of them's me. I was born in 1959, so I'm not sure what's going on quite here. Training bus. Oh.
Clearly the person needs a lot of training.
Okay. Well, this was a bad choice, wasn't it? We're not going to get there today, folks. Oh, too bad about that Tesla. The Covina Bowl. What is left of it? It's all been redeveloped. They saved the sign. And this was sort of the entrance, and some of the bar is still there. Friends, I have staggered out of these doors after bowling and beer. Now people get to live here and lead sedate lives without the smell of cigarette smoke and sour beer.
Okay, there's two. Okay. I'm just going to fire this one. Got it.
Supposed to focus 7.5 feet away. I want to focus on this. My feet are 12 inches about. 5, 6, 7.
So what's the next?
Next quest in mid-century delight is the Azusa car wash. This is a good example of, unloved artifact. That might be worth actually shooting.
Yeah.
That's a slow shutter speed. I just don't think that's going to be very wonderful. So what we're coming up on is what is left of the Azusa Foothill Drive-In Theater. That's Route 66 turning off to the right.
Sign with absolutely no signage on it. It just seems kind of like, well, we got nothing to say.
Well, that was that. And we're back from shooting with the Argus 75. A precision instrument, if ever there was one. We had a 1950s camera and we wanted to shoot 1950s things. So, there's like a lot of mid-century architecture around, right? No, not exactly. Not around here. So we shot what shards of it we could find. Haul them out, let's have a look at them. And
Yeah.
Okay, so we're looking at the what's left of the Covina Bowl. They kept the entrance and the sign.
This is not the sharpest image I've ever seen come out of a camera. In fact, none of these are the sharpest images I've ever seen.
Obviously, we're not able to control the exposure. This is what the camera came with.
I think that, if you're going for a distinctly retro look and you want that kind of softness on the edges, this is going to get it for you.
Yeah, very 50s. And I like that one. The with a bowl just backlit.
Yeah.
But that actually looks like real photography.
Almost, almost looks like an image. I mean, I adjusted the level so it looked nice, but I didn't do any sort of local adjustments. I just did an overall.
And,
next shot. Okay, so a little more scratches.
Yeah, nice scratches. Yeah, those palm trees almost look like Brillo pads on sticks. They don't look really like palm trees.
It's sort of like a toilet brush, Just
yeah, maybe so. That's such imagery. Okay,
here's now on to color.
I was shooting actual 620 film, and the expiration date was somewhere in 1993, and the colors are kind of there. Now this is digitally scanned. So it's not going to be like just printing a nice picture the old-fashioned way. Yeah. And there's... that's me trying to... I was being very stupid. And I did a selfie accidentally.
Oh, how does this thing work?
Click. Yeah, that was pretty dumb. Okay, so here's the exact test of the focus. So I did pace it off 7.5 feet. As you can see, nope, didn't make it. The literature for the Argus showed us it would focus anything from 7.5 feet to infinity. About 15 to 20 feet away looks pretty good, but that bowling ball is just not doing it.
I think one of the issues we're fighting is it's a meniscus lens. It's not a focal plane. I think it's a focal sphere.
There is a mid-century car wash in Azusa, but it's an existing, still working structure. One of the few, I was shocked how much has disappeared in the last 20 years. So you see the pylons here and the high tension wires.
Kind of a googie architecture.
This is industrial googie.
Again, I've got the sun in the shot here, and it hasn't absolutely killed the contrast.
And I don't think it's because it's a great lens.
Oh, no, it's certainly not that. Here's one you shot.
I did this because, first of all, I didn't know how to get a good composition. And I thought, well, if I try to be goofy and just impose a diagonal into the shot, then to some degree it has some sort of action. It's a completely false thing, but...
It is more dynamic, I mean...
And okay, so...
Yeah, this is a car wash in all its glorious color.
Somebody painted these pylons in this alluring shade of beige with pea green highlights. Don't get me wrong, this car wash, the people that run it, the people that work at it, deserve many accolades for just keeping it going. So, if it takes beige, then beige it be. Anyway, and there's sort of a not completely tilted version of that, but I don't know. That shows off the pylons with those kind of hips on the bottom there a little bit better. Yeah. Let's move on to... Okay, so here's the other shard of my past. The Foothill Drive-In. I grew up in the area, so I used to go to the Foothill Drive-In. But the only thing left now is the sign. Everything else of it is gone. Azusa Pacific University bought the property. They redeveloped that whole shopping center and turned it into campus. But they saved that. I find that a little odd, but okay. And there's another view of that.
I'm actually surprised at how good the film came out. Now, this is developed in ECN2 rather than C41.
Okay. Well, moving on. Oh, there's Uncle Lars.
God, I look like the really irritating uncle that you just... It's like, oh crap, he's coming. I don't want to have to talk to this guy.
Your parents hate you and say, go off with Uncle Lars now. Go on.
I'm going to show you this camera.
Well, this was very much a here goes nothing, because I expected almost nothing from the camera, and I expected almost nothing from the film.
It's really good that our expectations are so low.
Hopefully that when you clicked on this video, your expectations were nil.
Yeah, if they weren't when you started, they got to be now.
And, oh, this is modern color film.
Yes, this is Portra 160, only slightly out of date.
And this is a Christmas display that they had left up to, I guess, I don't know, they were going for 12th night, maybe, I don't know. And, all right, more
close-ups of the Christmas ornaments.
They're big. They look like, this is like, these are Christmas ornaments from The Prisoner.
Run away!
So a science fiction show, can you imagine, with giant beach balls threatening the world? It's like, no! Go check out an episode or two. No, this is color. That's all this shot really is color.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it,
Actually, when you come right down to it, I mean, with a modern emulsion, relatively fresh film, the lens and the camera render color reasonably well.
So, what's your estimation of this? Would you shoot with this again? Would you shoot with that camera again if it was for anything?
No, not really. I think that I needed to throw myself more into the whole snapshot aesthetic.
I could see like going out and goofing around with some friends with this. My vote is good for fun, but lower the bar a little bit, and you'll have a good time. And
you won't have a good time.
Okay. Well, on that note, folks, we're gonna let you guys go. But thanks for watching, and we'll hope to see you again real soon. I'm Martin.
And Lars.
And this has been Test Call.